Hello everybody, my name is Sabla, and today I thought that I would share the story of when I got arrested. Now, I said that I would do this video a while ago, actually just a couple of hours ago, but still, that's, in real life, it's a couple of hours, and, it's quite a bit. So yeah, take a seat, take something to eat, and, get ready. So this first started when I went to school that day. It was a special program, right? So I went to this special program that one day. That's called the fall, right? So I go and I tell them that I'm not feeling well. They call my parents, and they say that, well, my parents don't answer at all. So, I go. Sorry, this is the first time I say a story, so it might not be the best narrated. But yeah, so basically, my parents didn't answer, so they say, "Are you okay? Are you sure?" And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. But then I told them how I started a new medication, and the side effects of this new medication can actually be quite dangerous. Now, I'm just gonna tell you right now, guys, that was not why, but it could have been why. So they decided to call the ambulance, and I went to the hospital. Right, this doctor. When I went to the emergency room, my mom met me, and I was with a couple of other people. They were all a bit scared because I was acting kind of weird. I started having a panic attack, whatever. So I go to the hospital, right, and they gave me this medication. Okay, this medication, for whatever reason, was supposed to contradict the other medication to stop making it work, and it was for impulsivity. Okay, I don't have an impulsivity disorder, but I actually can be quite impulsive sometimes. But whatever, it was for that. And the medication can actually make you really, really high. So, and that's kind of what he did, and he gave me a super low dose, but it still fucked me up really bad, right? So, let's see, that's what happened. And I got home, right, and I start freaking out, right? I've never been like this before, and I started freaking out. I'm like, "Mom, I want to go outside." And my mom's like, "No, you look really weird," because my pupils were like this, right? And I was super, super, super fucked up. But I was like, no, I want to go outside. And Mom was like, "No, you're not going outside." And for some reason, I just freaked out, and I started running outside. And 2 hours later, I just come back smiling. "Oh, okay, I'm good." And my mom just knew that I was still super fucked up. She just went along with it, and she's like, "Okay, whatever." And she just let me come in without being mad, which, thanks, Mom. And, so she was super chill about it. She just let me go in my room. And later on that night, right, I have supper, and my brother's to bed, my mom and my stepdad are asleep, right? And I think that I'm gonna go outside and just have a bit of fun, talk to people, because sometimes I live in a pretty bad area, like where I normally live, and it's kind of funny, because at midnight, there's a bunch of bars near where I live, and those people are actually normally super social, and I like talking to them. I don't know why, but, so yeah, since I was super screwed up, I just said, and I wasn't thinking straight, I just said, "You know what, I'm gonna go through the window." I don't even know how I got through the window. My brother was literally there, and his bed covers the window, but somehow I got over him without even realizing, and I got through the window. Now, I brought my no, not a fake, but I brought my metal BB gun in my pockets just in case someone tried to rob me, because it was so late, right, which is a pretty stupid idea, okay, but, whatever. So I go outside, right, and I start going, right, and I start talking to these people, and then right, so I go to the Tim Hortons and I get myself a coffee. I start going back, and these cops come, and they're like, what are you doing here so late? You're really too young." And I said, "Oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm literally just going back home." And they're like, "Yeah, but can we speak to your parents?" I'm like, "No, you can't. I'm allowed to do this." And they're like, "No, you can't. If your parents' permission, if you're doing this without your parents' permission, then you're definitely not allowed to be outside this late." And they're like, "Can we search you?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And they do search me, right? Because they start thinking that I'm stealing, right? So they search me, and they find my metal BB gun in my pocket. And which was a stupid move on my part, because then they start beating the shit out of me because they think that I have a gun. Alright, and it was just my metal BB gun. So they start beating the shit out of me. One of them's punching me, basically, and basically they end up throwing me in the cop car. And they said, "What the hell were you doing with this?" And I'm like, "It was fake, what the fuck?" And I start swearing at them. I start literally cussing at them. I try kicking them. I freak the hell out. And these were cops, right? I freaked the fuck out because they just fucking basically attacked me because of that, which they completely had a right to, but I was freaking the fuck out. Plus that I was still super fucked up. And I start trying to kick the window down and shit while they're trying to contact my mom. Because somehow they got the phone number, and I started screaming. I tried kicking the window so I can break the window and escape and shit. They said, sorry, ma'am, we're going to have to call you back. Right? So they end the call, and they bring me to the hospital, right? Because they're like, this guy's not fucking normal. And they open the door once they're in the hospital, right? They park in this little thing, and I try escaping. I run out of the car the second they open the door, and they all pin me. Okay, they a bunch of, like, these two police officers fucking pin me on the floor, and I go, ugh. You know, I try struggling out, then I stop. Okay, so they could get weaker, right? So their grip would not be as strong. And then as soon as their grip got a little less weak, I freaked the fuck out. I went I did like a 360, and I got away a little bit, and then they caught up to me really fast, and they stopped me, right? So then they're like, sorry, this is gonna hurt. Someone literally comes up to me. I don't know who it was. I don't know what they did, but they poked me with a needle in my ass. Okay, they literally poked a needle in my ass and put it in. It was a sterilizer. It knocked me out for, I don't know how much time, but at first, right? So they bring me into this bed, and they strap me with these little, they literally strapped me to the bed so I wouldn't be able to get out. And I start freaking the fuck out, and eventually I get more and more sleeper, and I'm more calm, and this lady's just like, are you okay now? And I'm like, yeah. She de-straps me, and I'm just calm, you know, I'm feeling okay, whatever. And keep in mind, this needle made me extremely fucking high. Like, I was out, right? So then they come, and they I don't know, I guess I got changed or whatever. And then, right, I got changed into this little blue suit, and I was knocked out. I just completely fell asleep. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I fell asleep, and I was knocked out for 18 hours, right? So I was knocked out for 18 hours, and then when I wake up, my mom's there, everyone's there, and they're all watching me like, what the fuck? Why are you here? You're supposed to be at home, and everyone's freaking out, and I just felt super bad, because I was a bit more sober then, although the needle still fucked me up for 3 days after that. I was more sober when it comes to the, you know, medication that made me do stupid things, and, I felt better. And by the way, I think the medication started with an X, so if you guys know, anything that starts with an X that makes you knocked out or sterilizes you, I guess that's what it's called. Leave it in the comments if you know what it is. Anyway, yeah, so I got knocked out, I wake back up, my parents are there. After a couple of more hours, they let me take my clothes, and I leave with my parents, right? What sucks is that they didn't give me my BB gun back, which kind of sucks, but, you know, whatever. And, yeah, so the moral of the story, guys, and that's it, right? I go back for 3 days, I'm still kind of screwed up, I can't see straight, whatever, because of that, but, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the story. But the moral is, no matter what you do, don't do the same shit as me. Don't go out at 4 a.m. to talk to random strangers. It's just a stupid idea in the first place. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this crazy story. I have a bunch more if you guys want to hear them. Tell me in the comments if you want to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.